Good morning, everyone. Hey, it's T, my great find for you. So I just wanted to put together this really just very quick video this morning. It's early here in New York, 6:30 a.m. And it's been a rough couple of days, but I just wanted to give a shout out to everyone and thank you so much for all your love and support. Good morning, Craig. Thanks for coming in. I just wanted to just say thank you to everybody for. It's been a couple of rough days. Hubby's been in ICU, and I just wanted to thank everybody for giving a shout out and saying thanks so much. Everybody kind of called me out yesterday. I watched some replays last night, and I'm just so grateful for everybody. It's all good. It's all good. He's actually going to come home. He's going to have to go back in for something called an ablation. It's a heart thing. It's this ventricular tachycardia that he has. Every time we turn around, there's something else going on, but it's all good now. He's fine. And so many people yesterday on their channel just, sent their love and support. So I'm just so grateful. And I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. He, unfortunately, has been battling with this heart issue since he's 43. He had his first heart attack on his motorcycle coming home from work. Yeah, he hit the tree, not the bike. Bike survived better than he did. Broke every rib in his body. He had a tib-fib fracture. It's pretty scary when an unmarked car pulls in your driveway when you just walked in the door from work and you're wondering where the heck your husband is. Nanny had left early. I left my 12-year-old at the time in charge of the 2-year-old in the playpen. And where's your father? Well, I don't know. Well, turn around, open the door, and here's these two men in suits holding your husband's wallet in their hand. That was pretty scary. That was 20 years ago, I think. Well, 19. Let's see, 2000. Yeah, 2000. Memorial Day weekend, 2000. So since then, he's had on and off. He has a pacemaker defibrillator, which is how this all started on Saturday night. He got shocked twice, once in the car, which again was pretty scary, but thank God he knew sense. He felt lightheaded. He pulled over. And he lives with this thing because otherwise he wouldn't live. It saves his life. At some point, he will need a heart. He has what they call an ejection fracture running between 12 and 17. Normal's above 65. So he's definitely a heart failure patient. And, but he abused his body his whole life, right? Those of us who smoked and drank and did all those bad things, this is what happens 40 years later. Because he was a very heavy smoker. Thank God 6 years ago he quit. Otherwise, he wouldn't be here at all today. And again, I'm not making this a Debbie Downer or anything like that. I just wanted to say thanks, everybody. Got to get back into the groove today. Headed up to the hospital in about an hour. They're going to do one last test this morning, and provided everything is good, they're going to let him come home, schedule the ablation for next week, which basically is they kind of put this balloon in him and kill off or I guess, I don't know what it does. It's something electrical. It has to do with the electrical because he has an arrhythmia, and the arrhythmia is what's acting up, and the arrhythmia is causing the ventricular tachycardia. Thank you, Craig. I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping in. I just wanted again to shout out to everybody. But all's good. Going to get back to the grind. Sorry I didn't do my coffee with tea in the morning this weekend. Obviously, there was a reason. And I got to get back to that again this weekend coming up. Got to get back to a lot of listing today for sure. There's tons of death piles, especially since I just got all of Donatella's packages. Still waiting for one box. Well, actually, Donna owes me 2 boxes from another auction. And then Dwayne from Mother Pirate Ship, I had bought some 8mm film, vacation film from him that I got to go over to Dad's probably during the weekend and pick up his camera, make sure that film is legit and good, and then get that up. And just do a lot of listing, big listing day today, tomorrow. I got to play hooky from work for a couple more days just to get work done. Sometime this year, I hope I'll play legitimate full-time hooky, but until then, we'll just wait. We'll wait till that's all over. Going to not source it all this weekend. Made a decision that I am not going to source until I have another 200 listings up, because legitimately I could do that. And once I have those up, then I'll go out and source. The funny thing is, real quick, my aunt moved here from Las Vegas. She came in this past, I guess about 2 weeks ago. She's actually in the hospital too. When it rains, it pours. But she's not well. It's why my dad brought her home. My mom had passed away back in March of 18. And, he has this big house all by himself. And he went out to see his sister in Las Vegas and said, you know what, she can't be out here alone. She can't be by herself. She's, a threat to fall, to, constantly be in and out of the hospital because she's not taking care of herself right. So he brought her back. But he brought her back with a moving van that has now filled my father's house, 90 plus boxes. And I don't mean your 12 by 12 by 12 boxes. I mean boxes, like 4 feet high, 2-3 feet wide, whatever they are, filled with stuff. Even her clothes. I said, Aunt Jeanette, 3, 5, 6 boxes of clothes up to my chest, filled with stuff. Now, she's 82 years old. She's not going to the disco. She's not going to work anymore. She actually had a wonderful job. She worked for the vice president of Exxon. She grew up here like my dad. They grew up on 40th Street, Manhattan, but they lived here on Long Island most of their lives. She commuted into Manhattan, worked for Exxon on 48th, whatever it was. Then when Exxon got moved, she relocated to Dallas, Texas, then moved out to Vegas, and when she retired. And I think she took everything with her from when she left Long Island. She still has her, my son wants it, her Waterford chandelier, crystal chandelier. It's gorgeous, probably worth about 20 grand, but she just held on to everything. She's one of those people, has her original dining room set, which in a way is a good thing because that stuff, they don't make it like they used to. That is for sure. That thing has held up for, probably 40 years, maybe 50, maybe older than me. I don't know, but forever. And she has crystal and this and china and everything. And I can't even tell you. So I may not have to source for a while because I don't know what we're going to do with all this stuff. You can't even move in my father's basement or in his garage or in his den. They put all of her furniture back in. She actually took my parents' bedroom. My dad went upstairs because at 80, he's very spry and still, thank God, knock on wood. Not on a pill, healthy as an ox. So it's a good thing. It was my mom who had everything under the sun, and he took care of her when he retired for the last 15 years. So it's all been stressful on him, and now he takes on my aunt as a project. But it's good. It keeps him busy, keeps him on his toes. He loves to chart and plot, and he does all these Excel spreadsheets about medication and where her blood pressure is and her blood levels. He's hysterical. And that's his MIT mentality, I guess, in his brain. He's very smart. But anyway, that's the story with that. So I may not even have to source. And then we had to empty my dad's basement. So I got a lot of stuff out of there from when I was a child and lived there for a while. And my brother and his wife and daughter and son lived there for a while. So they gave me a bunch of stuff. So I'm thinking about it. I may not have to source for the rest of the summer. Although once summer's over, it's tough to source here when the winter comes, but we'll see. Anyway, that's my plan for the week. Got to set some goals, strong goals. I have August 15th is supposed to be my deadline to have 3,000 items listed between the 3 stores. And I don't know that that's going to happen right now. I really have to put the pedal to the metal, so to speak. I think I have 12 and change, 1250 maybe on my main store, 450 on my husband's store, and the usual 50 that just never goes away on my son's store to just keep adding as they get to sell off of that. That's just the free store that I do a lot of auctions on that because I don't do a lot of auctions. I do maybe a dozen and it's all electronics. It's basically parts and pieces of cameras and things, flashes, light meters. Wait till I get to all my father's electronics. He wants me to help him. I had helped him with all his camera stuff. He's, into those Zeiss lenses we sold for hundreds of dollars. Now he wants to sell his old oscilloscopes and tube testers. My dad used to have his garage shop fixing as a side hobby TVs and radios, and he has a lot of old equipment like that. My brother and I used to joke we were going to donate it to MIT when he died, but I don't even know if they would even take it. That's how old this stuff is. It's really just something that somebody would put on the shelf and just to remember the thing. I don't know if anybody needs to test tubes anymore or needs transistors. We actually built our first television together. It's funny. I guess I was probably, I don't even know. I was a Heath kit. It was probably maybe elementary school, junior high school. I don't remember. We put together this whole TV. We built our first computer together. He still has all that stuff. He's a very big, well, he's not a hoarder. I wouldn't say he's a hoarder, but he does like to save things. When you go downstairs in the basement, you open a filing cabinet and there's canceled checks from 1958. He's keeping certain stuff. I finally made him shred all that stuff. Ridiculous. He didn't even have to shred it. Nobody's picking up a check from 1958 or 1962. But anyway, again, just a shout out. Thank you guys so much for everything. Thank you for your blessings and your prayers yesterday and Sunday and Saturday. Had my high school reunion Saturday night that I got all decked out and dolled up for and couldn't even go, but that's okay. It's all good. I met some friends when I got home from the hospital very late up at the local tavern for a drink, but that's another story. Anyway, but he's better. He's well, thank God. And going to head out. Probably leave here about 7:30. And then they'll hopefully get the test done around 8:39 and let him come home. And then I'll get to listing for the rest of the day and probably tomorrow too. I have to go back to work. It's all good. But thanks, guys. Have a great day. I appreciate. Thanks, Craig, again for stopping by. I appreciate you guys. And have a great day. Talk to you soon.